I remember I would start just, a couple of my friends would start drinking on the weekends, and I'd start hanging out with them. When I got to college, I was the guy that everybody called for the fun time. You know, all I knew was we were going to have a good time when I came to the place and we'd all get together. I was the life of the party. I grew up in Port Arthur, Texas, born and raised all my life. My mom always took me to church. It was very superficial, it was just kind of on the surface. It was nice, it was a cool place to be, but I never really had a relationship with Christ. I never really asked him into my heart. I mean, I didn't know what that meant, but I knew who he was. When I was young, she divorced my biological father, and my stepfather never went to church with us. And the first real trial that came into my life was when my grandfather passed away. He was the only man that ever was in my life that acted like a real daddy to me. I mean, the person that would take me to do wonderful and fun things, take me fishing, take me camping. He passed away. God took him. And I was angry with God. I was so angry with God that he took that man away. He didn't take away the guy that was beating me at my house, or the person I was scared of and terrified of. Why didn't you take that guy? I remember being so angry with him because I was living with a man who would beat me and would strike me all the time. Sometimes I didn't even know why he was hitting me. Why didn't he take my biological father, a guy that abandoned me, basically at the age of 4. I mean, he knew where I was. The guy still lived in town. He never came to visit me. Why didn't God take him? I never understood that. Because of my shallow relationship with him, I went further and further into rebellion. And when I got to college, I just really forgot. Like the prodigal son, I was as far away as anybody could be from God. And all the times and all the weeks and years of just doing the same thing over and over again, of that lifestyle, the things I was doing, would never fill the hole of the hate and anger that I was feeling from my grandfather leaving. And I was not getting healed. All I was doing was just preventing actually dealing with the wound. Having a deep cut that would never heal and just trying to put a Band-Aid on it. And then one day, I was in my dorm room and I was tired of waking up hurting. And I was tired of waking up unassured of something in my heart that I couldn't fill with anything else. And I was tired of me trying to control my life. I just woke up just miserable because I didn't like who I was when I was doing those things. I didn't like who I was trying to be. There was a battle going on inside of me that was saying, this is not who you are. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. It was like God was calling me out when I didn't even know his name. He was still calling me out. I was in my dorm room just sitting there, and I woke up and I just felt horrible. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to be like this anymore. There has to be more. There has to be more. And it was at that point in time that this voice, just told me, I've been waiting for you. And I got on my knees in my dorm room and I'm just crying. And I asked God to take over my life. And when I got on my knees and prayed to God, he filled me up. And all the hate and the pain and the hurt that I was feeling from my grandfather and from my dad and all those things, all of a sudden didn't matter. I got healed and I got saved in one moment when I decided to say, God, you take over. My name is Andrew Knight, and I'm a disciple of Christ.